Well, Ian, end of another week's training here. Game under your belt yesterday as well. How has pre-season gone?
It's been, it's been worryingly fantastic. A very good friend of mine, John Lambie, always used to worry when pre-season went too well because it didn't all go well for the season. But there's been teething problems between going from part-time to full-time, and there's also I've done. Without sounding like a martyr, I've done a lot if I was going in and we didn't have physios and various things. We're getting all that sorted, but I was treating blisters and putting strappings on players, and it's been tough for Wayne and goals getting ordered. There's all sorts of little problems that supporters don't know about, and rightly so. It's up to us to overcome them. But what I will say is that I spoke to is that type of adversity in the first 2.5 weeks. This has been serious hard work. Should hold them in good stead for the season. The 4 new players have been magnificent. Craig Lead, Moffat, Gagan and Higgins. As men, hopefully they'll be good players as well. But their attitude to it and the attitude among the players has been, it's just been first class. I've been doing this a long time and it's as good as I've known. We know we're short of numbers. I'll be making a pleading phone call to Mr. Cameron at some point. We're not that short, with a couple of. I think we need a defender and a forward player, and maybe a goalkeeper. But you know what? It has been really, really good, and it was culminating in a game yesterday that went quite well. But it's still pre-season, so they'll still be working hard and starting to, go on the technical side of it. We started that this morning a wee bit and kick on from there.
Now, you mentioned needing a goalkeeper. I think the fans are asking just now, what happened about Greg Fleming? We know he's gone up to Peterhead now, and I know you were trying so hard to keep him. What actually happened?
Well, Greg was trying so hard to stay. I think it's important the supporters know that, and who knows, our paths might cross again. But it was up and down for 2 or 3 weeks. I thought he was staying, then he was going. I thought he was staying, then he was going. And we were trying to work it around his work. He's got 3 young children. He was offered a new job, which meant really he was going to have to work from 9 to 6, 5 days a week. Although the guy in charge of football man, so he was going to give him 2 or 3 hours off from time to time, but he was going to find it impossible financially, and that's where we are as a club as well, to make it feasible for him to come in full time. He didn't want to leave. I didn't want him to go. And I know people say, well, why did he go to Peterhead? But Peterhead, I think they train once a week, and it's not as far up as Peterhead, so he'll be going up there once a fortnight. And I think they're spending a bit of money at Peterhead this year to go and try and win that title. So I phoned him after it. Well, God, I was never off the phone for 2.5 weeks, but once it was all done, I phoned him and we had a chat about how well he did for this club, and we'll never forget that sunny day against Stranraer, and he saved all those penalties, and he was great for us, and he's a terrific boy. So he went with my best wishes at the end, because when I look back at the transition from part-time to full-time, we've only really had 1 or 2 casualties of people we wanted to keep that couldn't stay because of whatever reason. So I think that's been reasonably good, and I just thanked him for all he'd done for the club. I thanked him for that day against Stranraer in the sun, and he goes with our best wishes. And you know what, you never know what might happen. If our paths might cross again.
Now, you have one injury worry, I believe, that's come up in the last few days.
Yeah, well, we've found it tough. We've now got Kevin McLennan involved now, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, Monday and Tuesday. Stevie is still going to be helping up until he goes in for his operation, and both outstanding physios, so I'm delighted at that. Now, we did it for 2 weeks, and it was the very last day before the game. Craig Reid just went in for a block tackle with Chris Higgins, and he's just hurt his medial ligament a wee bit. It'll be 10 days to 2 weeks. It's one of these injuries, not like Craig Moore's head injury last season when it was a month or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. This will be 10 days to 3 weeks. It's as simple as that, and Craig Reid will be back. Everybody else, apart from bruises and minor blisters and strappings and things like that, they're absolutely fine.
Yesterday's game, 5-1, quite good hearing that 5 at the beginning of it as well. Yeah. 2 goals for Craig Moore as well. That must be good for you. You did set up with a very attacking formation to start out.
Well, that's what we're going to do. Maybe the first game in the Cup might be a little bit different, but that's what we're going to do in League One. As long as we're playing in a decent pitch, we will play like that with 4 and going to try to score goals. And yesterday was a good test because they were young players and willing. I mean, I think they're in the same cup as us, the Colts team, the Thistle Colts team, and they had 1 or 2 decent players. One in particular I liked, which I might talk to Archie about. They played well and they moved the ball about the pitch well, particularly in the first half. But as in all pre-season games, when you make a lot of changes, it kind of you ruin the rhythm of the game. But listen, it was about getting match fitness, and that'll be the same in the next 2 games before the Kilmarnock game.
You brought in a few of the youngsters in the second half as well. A few of them impressed?
The youngsters have been absolutely first class. Credit to David White and the academy, their attitudes, and I think one of them might make a Craig McGuffey type of entrance this year. I'm not sure what one yet. There's 2 or 3 there. Young Leon Murphy, who stays about a 5 iron from the stadium, is really, really talented boy. Faulds has done very well. McCowan's done well. They've been excellent. They've done really, really well. They'll be up and down confidence-wise. It's their first year as pros, but they've all worked their socks off, and their attitudes have been first class.
Now, I've got to ask you about it. It's the big question. The Ayrshire Derby, the Kilmarnock game coming up. What is that meaning to you?
Well, it's great. I mean, listen, it's fantastic. But I think these type of games are about supporters, and hopefully about our chairman as well. Hopefully getting a good gate and things. But it is about supporters. It's a fantastic game to look forward to. I mean, part of me as a football person would quite have liked to, maybe the second or third game rather than the first game in Scotland on the Friday night after having 3 pre-season friendlies. But that's the way the game is in Scotland now. Sometimes you get that the season's getting shorter and shorter. It's a great game for our fans to look forward to, and it'll be a great game for our players to look forward to as well.
Now the tickets out, I think it was 900 and odd sold. You can hear the players I've got good banter going on in the background. You accept that. That's something different from the old days of part-time football coming in. They're around and about. Yeah. There's a great banter going on.
There's a good set of boys we've got in there. And I'll come back to the comments, but I suppose the last season, maybe 1 or 2 of the players may have been better technically, but in terms of the togetherness just now, it's as good as it's been since I've been at the club. So we need to add to that, and that's the way you go and win league titles. You need that. Well,
going back to the Kilmarnock game, then 924 tickets, was it something around that in one day? And I know there's been a bit of with a ticket problem, we didn't get them printed properly, things like that went on, and it was a late start, and to the fans who came in, even at that, with one day gone, 900 and odd tickets is pretty good, but we need a lot more than that.
Yes, I mean, Kilmarnock sold out 3-2 in 3 or 4 days. I mean, I must admit, my opinion on it is, and I recognise that, choose my words carefully, I recognise that, I may have lost trust of some of the supporters, so what I say, whether it's right or not, they might not believe, I don't know, but we got relegated last year, and I've taken the blame for that, and I will take the blame for that. I think in the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been doing my job to the very best of my ability, and when I do that, I'm not bad. I do not want Kilmarnock to outnumber Ayr United fans at our home ground. I just don't want that to happen. Whether the supporters will buy any of what I say, I don't. That's just the way of the world. That's the way of the football world. But I want it to be Ayr United's home game. It's a big game for us. If they've got 3,200, I don't care if it's 3,205 or 4,000 there or whatever. We have got to make this our home game. It's that simple. And for that, I would say the Ayr supporters and the people here come out and back us in this game. And then you never know what could happen in a night like that.
Are the players aware of just how much it means in Ayrshire? This?
Yeah, we've got to remember, but I mean, although we train twice in Glasgow, we train twice in Ayr as well. I mean, and we've got a lot of Ayrshire-based players, so I think that was the only fair way to do it, Callum, because half the players are from there and half the players are from here. They very much know, even the experienced players, they've played in derbies before, so they'll know all about the rivalry. And I've always said, I mean, these type of derbies, and the funny one was a Dunfermline Falkirk one, was a rivalry, indeed, and United, and these Manchester United. Every derby, whether it's a small one or a big one, and this is a big one, means as much to them as any other derby in the world. So, and for that respect, it's a big game.
Do you feel the pressure on yourself for this?
No, you know what? No, I mean, I want to feel the pressure. In the last 5 games of the season, when we're 7 points clear, trying to win a league title, but no, I don't. Those days are gone now. I've put myself under pressure to do well in this first 3 weeks when I've had to do an awful lot of work. and I think I've done it. But the Kilmarnock game is just a magnificent fixture. With the first, I mean, even live in BT Sport, we want to give this old ground, and I know about old grounds. I spoke to Queen of South with Palmerston. I used to stand beside the cowshed. Arguably my best period as a manager was at Brockville, which was way more dilapidated than our ground. So we want to show this great ground in a good light. You know, let's get 7,000-8,000 there. Let's outnumber the Kilmarnock fans and let's go for it.
Thanks, Ian.